Have you ever wondered what it takes to turn a dream into reality? Now, imagine your dream isn't just to open a business, but to revolutionize an entire market. Imagine starting in an unlikely place, a garage, and challenging everything you know to create something people barely know they need. Cristina Dias, a Brazilian-born Canadian, didn't just follow this path, she built it, brick by brick, with passion, courage, and superior Arabica coffee, which was just a piece of Brazil. Throughout her journey, she faced the challenges of balancing work, motherhood, and entrepreneurship. But each obstacle was a lesson, and each small victory, a stepping stone to success. But how do you get to where Cristina is? How does a woman, mother, and immigrant, with a solid career in a hotel and a seemingly secure future, decide to throw herself into the unknown? The answer lies in her essence. Cristina had always known that something inside her was crying out for more than just a predictable routine, for more than living within established standards. She wanted something bigger, something that would truly connect her to the world. And that something was coffee. But starting a new business in a new country, without a network of contacts or substantial initial capital, is a daunting challenge. What Cristina had, however, was something many underestimate: the strength of a close-knit family. In Brazil, Cristina's family owned a coffee roasting business, a specialty coffee grown in the mountains of Mogiana, one of Brazil's most traditional Arabica bean-producing regions. She knew she had an exceptional product on her hands, but bringing it to Canada would be no simple task. It required more than just good beans. It required conquering an entirely new market. And that would take time, effort, and above all, courage, a lot of courage. While Cristina worked long hours at the hotel, between diapers and studying at UBC Business School, the idea for Mogiana Coffee began to take shape. The garage, which seemed like an ordinary space, became the starting point for something that could change your life and the lives of many others. It was a bet on the future, but also a bet on Brazil, on her roots, and on those magical moments she remembered, sitting at the table in her house with her family, sharing a good cup of coffee. But as with any great story, the beginning is never easy. The Canadian market was teeming with competitors, and with the specialty coffee market booming, the battle for shelf space would be fierce. Cristina didn't have millions to invest. She didn't have a network of contacts, and frankly, time seemed to be running out. She needed to act quickly and wisely. It was then that she made an important decision. She would use her roots, her passion, and her own history as the foundation for her business. What set her apart would not only be the coffee, but the story it told, and above all, her commitment to quality, something she knew she could deliver with the support of her family. In Brazil, the first steps were small but bold, and you, who also believe in the power of perseverance and the impact of a good story, feel moved by this challenge, don't you? So if this video resonates with you in any way, like it now and subscribe to the channel. I promise this journey will continue to inspire you to take the next step in your own story. Because, like Cristina, you can change the course of your life. And it was with this vision and courage that Cristina began building her own roastery. She began in her garage, with the support of her family and with the mission of showing Canadians that coffee doesn't have to be just a drink. It can be an experience, a flavor, a story. But the road wasn't easy. The market was full of established brands, and the quality Arabica coffee she brought from Brazil needed to win over a demanding clientele. Her initial sales were slow, and the days were long. She faced financial difficulties, marketing challenges, and even personal doubts. The exhaustion of motherhood, the hard work at the hotel, and the constant effort to grow the business, all of this challenged her every day. But Cristina didn't give up. She began running small promotions, talking to consumers, and sharing the story of her coffee and the unparalleled quality of her beans. Over time, word of mouth helped her brand grow. Consumers began to notice the unique flavor, and soon Mogiana Coffee became synonymous with quality in the Canadian market. Today, Cristina is no longer confined to Canada, but also a global example of how dreams can become reality when combined with courage, passion, and dedication. Mogiana Coffee, which began as a simple idea in the garage, is now a symbol of success and resilience. And so, Cristina Dias' story, which began with a simple dream in her garage, has inspired thousands of people around the world. Mogiana Coffee is not just a brand, it's a reflection of a journey of courage, persistence, and, of course, a love for coffee. If this story resonated with you, and if you also believe it's possible to transform your challenges into great achievements, the next video in our playlist will show you the next step to achieving your goals. Because, like Cristina, you have the power to transform your life. If you feel part of this journey, subscribe, like, and share. Together, let's build a community of people who, like you, are ready to take the next big step.